So Chris Breezy ain't playing with y'all folks that playing with his name. Y'all are playing with his name, so he's filing a lawsuit. Okay, so a while ago, let me go ahead and put this up so y'all can see what's going on, man. So a while ago, a documentary was put out called Chris Brown, A History of Violence. The description says explored a biographical film that delves into the controversial personal life of Chris Brown, an iconic singer, while exploring allegations of domestic violence, assault charges, and sexual misconduct. Alright? Now, when this was released, some people were saying like they were doing some foul things in editing, leaving a lot of these situations open-ended, when many of the things were proven to be false that were covered in the situation. So eventually we have what came out yesterday, and that was Chris Brown posting this on his IG. Chris Brown files $500 million lawsuit against Ample LLC and Warner Brothers in response to defamatory documentary. So let's go ahead and read this together as a family. You feel me? Y'all don't pick on me too bad, but let's get through it. Despite being notified of the false and misleading narrative accusing Mr. Brown of heinous acts including a sexual assault and evidence tampering, allegations that have been discredited in court and dismissed as baseless, the defendants released a documentary on October 27, 2024, without regard for Mr. Brown, prioritizing profits over journalistic integrity. In doing so, they sensationalized debunked claims to drive viewership and revenue, recklessly damaging Mr. Brown's reputation and spreading false information to the public. To be clear, Mr. Brown has never been found at fault for any type of sexual crime. Central to the documentary's narrative is Deasia Santel Frank, identified as Jane Doe in the film. Her false allegations against Mr. Brown were thoroughly discredited in court years ago. Frank is a documented perpetrator of domestic violence with a history that includes physical assault and threats of violence against her romantic partner. Specific to Mr. Brown, it is evident that any interactions and relationship between him and Ms. Frank were consensual. This is supported by numerous texts and voice messages sent by Ms. Frank to Mr. Brown in which she actively pursued a relationship with him. It is perplexing that these production companies would elevate her discredited claims over the truth established in a court of law. Despite being fully aware of these facts, prior to the documentary's release, Ample LLC and Warner Brothers chose to amplify her defamatory lies, an outrageous act that not only undermines journalistic integrity, but also disrespects the experiences of genuine survivors of intimate partner violence. This case is about protecting the truth, said Mr. Brown's attorney, Levi McCatherine. Despite being provided with evidence disproving their claims, the producers of this documentary intentionally promoted false and defamatory information, knowingly disregarding their ethical obligations as journalists. Their actions undermine not only Mr. Brown's decade-long efforts to rebuild his life, but also the credibility of true survivors of violence. Through this legal action, Mr. Brown seeks accountability and aims to stand against the exploitation of misinformation for personal gain. Additionally, a portion of the $500 million will be donated to survivors of sexual abuse. His 2017 documentary, Chris Brown, Welcome to My Life, remains the definitive account of his experiences and growth. All right, now, so what we have realized, and I'm pretty sure, I have a smart audience. That's one thing I want to pride myself in, is having a smart audience. Well, we've grown to realize that, yes, no one's perfect. No one's perfect. But when you are a celebrity and you do not perfect shit in front of everyone, that makes you a target because people already believe that you are a bad person because you've done some fucked up shit. You've done something messed up. So it ruins your credibility. So what happens is you become a target for lawsuits because people are already going to believe that you have this personality to flip out and do some wild villainous shit at any given time. So we constantly see these people over the years get tried and tested, and us being on the outside looking in, we don't know these folks. We weren't there in the situation, so who are we to go ahead and say what happened and what didn't happen? The fair thing to do is to let things play out in court, and then once evidence comes out, we make our educated guess based on that shit. Sometimes things don't go right in court, but once we have the evidence, we can go ahead and make our own decisions on how things went down and how you want to treat people. But we just gotta acknowledge that, yes, once you do something once that's heinous in the public eye, You will always be a target, and there will be sharks that's going to go ahead and take advantage of your public image, you know. And this is how Chris Brown is choosing to respond to that and fight back, and that's that right there. If people are lying on him, and one person was proven already to be lying on him, then it doesn't matter if he's did something wrong in the past in a separate situation. This situation, he allegedly didn't. So he has the right to defend himself and sue their ass. Now, a side story from the situation is that just because Warner was mentioned, and that being a huge media production company, and they also have a music field, Drake's fans' ears perked up and wanted to immediately draw correlations to the lawsuit that he's filing against UMG. All right, this person right here puts, OV hoes are spending this lawsuit comparing it to Drake's. Chris Brown is suing for a documentary. Drake is suing for a rap battle. It ain't the same. It's like comparing SZA to Sexy Red. Bro, it's not the same. So for example, this person says, waiting for the culture to drag Chris Brown for considering a lawsuit. We gonna kick Chris Brown out the culture too? He saw Drake and said, hold up, we can hold companies accountable? This person saying it's different from what Drake did, so please don't compare. The reason Drake is suing is he lost rap battle. Now let's hear how he's wild because he's suing. I don't want to hear shit about it's different because he's a singer, because he's also a blood. Where the Kendrick fans calling him a snitch at? People fail to realize when you're an artist with a catalog that's worth a substantial amount of money, anything that devalues it has to be addressed for a business perspective. Let me guess, Breezy ain't culture now? Okay, all right, so now with top Twitter, Drizzy Gobbler, King Jared says, LMAO, where's the same energy in response to this? This person says Drake ran to his lawyers because he lost a rap beef. Chris Brown gathered his lawyers to sue a company that dropped a documentary about false allegations against him. Big difference, baby. That's what the lady says. So this lady also says, Chris Brown been spinning and flipping all summer and winter to Not Like Us. And they on the timeline acting like Drake got a lawsuit, buddy. Y'all are pathetic. And content creator No Life Shack says, Drake fans, this is not a rap battle. Don't even try. Don't even try. So yeah, dog, like no. Chris Brown ain't have a documentary telling people that, hey, I know what y'all gonna say. Go ahead and make some allegations about me doing sexual assault to women. I want you to go ahead and do that. And I declare a documentary beef against you. Nah, it wasn't that situation. Drake invited the energy. Kendrick Lamar answered this call in a rap beef. He's suing for defamation in a rap beef after defaming someone else. Chris Brown's in a totally different situation where he already won a lawsuit proving someone wrong, discredited in the court of law, and these same people use that person as evidence to go ahead and prove that he's this villain that's committing some heinous acts in a documentary. It has nothing to do with a rap beef. If you're a true hip-hop lover, you understand how rappers can be hyperbolic. You should not be sitting here taking everything seriously in a rap beef. Although some allegations that were thrown across did have some merit to it based on some things that we seen on social media. They did have that, but it ain't the same. It ain't the same. Hey, what y'all think though? What you think? Let me know what you gotta say in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.